China ain't experiencing anything. They are blowing and going.
So it's like
they're
not hurting for product.
No, they're using this as a stronghold tactic, from what I've heard.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't be surprised.
I don't know necessarily.
Yeah, that's what I've been hearing from. We was talking about our trucks and stuff. That was last year when we was really having trouble getting trucks. We even went to Ford because we always buy strictly Chevrolet. So we even went to Ford. Ford was a longer lead time than Chevrolet was. Mm. And our Chevrolet dealer that we dealt with said that this is China's way of saying, oh, hey, we got y'all by the balls. If we don't want to send them, then we don't have to send them. It's like y'all can't produce without them. And everything, every truck, every computer system on all these vehicles, it doesn't matter if it's foreign or domestic, is based off of these microchips.
Oh, sure. I mean, everything. Our appliances, everything's got microchip now.
And through our EPA restrictions, if it wasn't for that, we could go back and do mechanical stuff again. But we can't do that any longer because we can't do mechanical and meet EPA standards.
Meet the requirements for it.
You got to have the microchip because the computer is so minute in telling that cylinder window fire how much carbon to release. I mean, it's crazy the footprint that little old microchip does to tell your engine how to run.
Wow.
Well, and because, like in China, they kind of have a capitalistic system, but the Chinese government also owns
it's government
capitalism.
Yeah.
So I guess if they don't want to sell microchips,
they don't have to sell microchips.
They don't have to, yeah.
But you know, they are steadily. And if you look back at this year's past Olympics, do you think it was just a coincidence that most of your outside Olympics was right beside nuclear reactors? That was them saying, "Hey, we're on the verge of being the most powerful nation in the world."
That was weird, that whole setting with the big nuclear reactors in the background and everything.
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
It's all power play.
Well, and
I'm sure
everybody else's economy is sucking. Not, our economy is not really sucking, but we can't meet our economy standards because we can't get all the materials and stuff we need because everything else is going on. But China has not missed a beat. They are producing more industry. They're producing more waste and carbon monoxide than any other country in the world right now.
Well, I remember
their carbon footprint is like huge.
I remember when during like the big shutdown, when China was shut down, like these organizations that like actually monitor pollution, around the globe, their pollution decreased or increased substantially during the shutdown. I'm like, well, there's a lot of shit running.
Yeah.
Somebody's running overtime while the rest of the world was forced to stay at home or whatever. Well, they were firing it up over there. Yeah.
Well, that's another thing that's ridiculous about this. Oh, having a mic. This infatuation in the United States about going green. We're only a small piece of the whole world. We're not doing this stuff.
We are in the top 10.
China's still gonna be cranking up.
We are in the top 10. It may be the top 5 of the greenest nations in the world. We have like one of the lowest carbon footprints known in the world. But everybody else.
My thing is, like, I don't know. I haven't looked at the statistics, the numbers. To me, though, it would seem like if you wanted to take a step back and say, like, what are we doing that's wrong or hurting us long term? It's trash. Fucking make it easy to recycle.
Yeah.
I feel like just doing that, would probably go so far. It's Dickson County put it on a local level. Isn't Humphreys County? Aren't they cutting us off soon? Mm-hmm. I mean, we've been selling our trash to Humphreys County for how many years now?
Shit, a bunch. I mean, we're shipping down. We're shipping it down across the Tennessee River now.
Yeah, so like we're trying to find places to send our trash in Dickson.
Yeah.
So man, you put that think about it nationally.
It's like booming too. So that's only going to get worse.
And we may have to start shipping it all the way to Memphis to go on the barge to be shipped. Who knows where?
Whoever will take it.
Yeah,
yeah. I mean, it's like
that's one reason the $10 fee for your landfill fee. Mm-hmm. That's why it didn't go away because when the time was up. That's when we had to start shipping our trash to West Tennessee, and it cost us like $2.6 million or something like that more per year. And now it's going to be more than that because they're talking about going all the way to Memphis with it.
Yeah.
and it's going to take 3 times as many trucks to ship.
I just feel like we're putting. I'm not saying no. I mean, I'm all about like green energy and shit. And I wish I lived on solar power. But you can't afford that. At least I can't.
Yeah, the best way to make us go green is to make it stupid to not go green.
Make it stupid to not go green, right?
Financially irresponsible to not go green.
Look at downtown Nashville. Now, I know that you can probably create some kind of filters to filter this, but they used to have the infernal system down there to where it powered all the heat for downtown Nashville, and it also would take that same energy and run it through a cooling system and cool it down for air in the summertime. Well, through EPA burning all that trash on the river down there, they said it was too big a carbon footprint. They shut it all down. Well, these business owners and stuff that own these buildings downtown, they had to spend millions and millions of dollars to put central heat and air in all these buildings that had been run off of chilled water and hot water system from the furnace downtown when they was burning trash. And when they shut it down, that's when Waste Management moved in over there on Browdy Parkway.
Really?
We didn't have to have a landfill.
Yeah.
85% of our trash was being burned.
Like I just can't imagine that would be worse than burying it.
Well,
it's
all, just like DEF that they put on these diesels.
Mm-hmm.
You know why they use DEF? You know what DEF is?
I mean, I know that they require it, but I don't know what it is.
DEF is an alcohol water solution. What it boils down to is these vehicles, these motor engine manufacturers, they cannot get a Tier 4 engine to run clean enough for EPA standards. So what they do is they inject this DEF fluid into your exhaust system. It treats your exhaust before it comes out. They can't make it burn clean enough, so they kill it inside the exhaust pipe before it goes out in the air. That's all DEF does. It's alcohol and water and something else. It's a mist. It sprays the whole time your engine runs and treats your exhaust fumes before they come out of your truck.
It.
If you could get in front of that DEF where it sprays in exhaust, there's not a truck out there that will pass emissions as far as a diesel truck. And so you can't tell me they can't create something like that to spray that inferno, the soot that comes out of there. They could spray that to kill any kind of harmful material.
Does Exxon produce the DEF product?
I don't.
I just have to think like it has to be some of these big fuel Goliaths.
I'm sure it is.
Yeah,
it's probably like Boeing or Northrop Grumman.
We buy like 100 cases of it at a time to save money because it's like $30 a jug now. It was like $11, $12 a jug. Now it's like $30 a jug.
Damn.
Yeah, and it's like 20 gallon every 2 weeks. We got to put in one machine.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Well, yeah, I didn't think about the heavy equipment.
Yeah.
I think about the truck, but no.
No, heavy equipment, same way.
Ooh, yeah.
Caterpillar is the only one that makes the engine that runs clean enough without DEF. Now, they got the regen, where it burns all the soot and stuff out of the mufflers.
Is it a natural gas engine? Or?
No, diesel.
Is that America saying, Caterpillar is American? So
I know
these other companies aren't meeting our standards.
I know in the past year we bought 3 brand new Caterpillar pieces of equipment. None of them have DEF on it.
Wow.
And I asked the salesman, I said, why do everybody else we got to put DEF in, but Cat equipment we don't? He's like, Cat's technology is superb. He said, we are the only ones that can meet Tier 4 requirements without the aid of DEF.
Well, that's cool.
And he said, we figured out how to get it out of fuel consumption to where we're burning like 98.9% of our fuel. There's no raw fuel that gets delivered through the exhaust system.
Does that make it a more fuel efficient vehicle too?
Yes, it does.
It's good American ingenuity right there.
Well, does that offset the cost? I know Caterpillar's more expensive, isn't it, than
I've been able to negotiate with them and stuff. We've always bought John Deere because they was relatively cheaper than most of them. But John Deere can't compete with them. Komatsu is probably the highest priced machinery on there.
Komatsu.
And the reason being is because Komatsu has...
Is that a Korean brand?
Yeah,
Japanese.
Komatsu has a Japanese headquarters. They got a North American headquarters. And then they got this middle headquarters. It's like in between. Everybody's got to get their cut. So Japanese sells it to the middle corporation. Middle corporation distributes it out to the American corporation. And so Japan gets a cut, the middle guy gets a cut, and then all your dealers get a cut. Where Caterpillar is right here. They got headquarters all over the world, but it's all manufactured right here in the U.S. And
Peoria.
So, yeah, well, most of it is, yeah.
Yeah.
And they've got another one. They got 2 or 3 other facilities. I think one of them is in North Carolina, South Carolina. Like your excavators and dozers are built in Peoria, and then like South Carolina does like your articulating trucks, maybe your skid steers, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But they are probably one of the most competitive on the market right now as price goes.
Wow, that's pretty cool. Komatsu used to be like cheaper in Caterpillar, didn't it? Yeah. Well, that's good.